AKAPADers. Welcome to episode 383 of AKAPAD's Audio Audacity podcast. And this is where me, your host, Peter A. DeLuca, aka The Eclectic One, aka the World Sketchbook Champion. That's right, you cannot outdraw me. Here's the thing. We're doing Netflix. We're rushing. We have the 31 Days of Dread coming. If you don't know what these things are, continue to listen. I'll fill you in. We have GunPowder Milkshake. I know you haven't seen this movie on Netflix. I know you haven't heard of it because it got zero traction. It came and it went. And this movie perfectly complements episode 382's Kate. It perfectly complements it. Let's hit that intro and get to it. People, welcome back, by the way. I am going bonkers. I literally have no time to do anything. And I'm doing everything. It's just rushing into October and having these comic book deadlines and this crowdfunding and, all my other things. It's crazy. But if you go to AKAPAD, if you really want to help me out, go to akapad.com. You can sign up for 2 free Wolfpack trading cards. Wolfpack is a life definition of mine. I've decided to make some characters out of it. You get them for free. The only thing I need is your email and address, and I will send them for free. And you also get to join my newsletter. Boom. It's a win-win for you. With that being said, let's talk about this because both of these movies somewhat resonated with me. Because I am working on Uzi Susie. That's my mini comic. Also available on Etsy. Just go to Etsy, search Uzi Susie. You'll get it. And, Uzi Susie is a murderous, prostitute with Uzis. But she's a strong female, dominant character. And we had, back-to-back movies where they're female-centric murderers. They seem to be invincible. They're one step ahead. They're feisty. All of these things. Now, Kate is borderline with that. And Kate kind of walks a little bit of that line because she's taking these injections throughout the movie. And you're not really sure if the injections are maybe enhancing her a little bit. But we have a complete fantasy. We have a fantasy of women versus incompetent and weak men. Now, on top of that, we have a beautifully shot, acted, emotional, uplifting, sometimes depressing, sometimes hurtful, thrilling. We have a movie very much like The Kingsman, very much like John Wick, very much like Lucky Number 11, the big hit. These are highly stylized assassin versus the institution movies. This is a trope. Now, this movie has a trope within a trope within a trope within a trope. Every single turn, every single twist we see coming. We know this. Technically Kill Bill, is right. This movie echoes Kill Bill, and it's probably be great exercise to watch the two of them back to back, and you see how different solutions are taken for storytelling problems. Because that's what storytelling is. You're just solving problems. But this movie, it sings, it moves, it's fun. Beautiful women throughout the entire flick. I can't stress this enough. I can't stress how much I just love beautiful people on my TV. Karen Gillan, that's Nebula from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, most notably Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers Infinity War. I believe her character lives, but now it's she's friends with an alternate version of Gamora, her sister, in the Avengers movie. It's confusing and stupid, and that's why I'm not interested anymore. This girl, she's in Jumanji. Both Jumanji movies. Stellar, incredible. Go watch them too. Thumbs up. she has such an awesome presence. I like her in movies so much. Her prosthetics, the way how she even looks in Guardians or the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Infinity War. She molds and blends with those prosthetics. You can't imagine her otherwise. But then you watch these other movies and you're like, boom, that like this girl is real. Like she's not just this character. Yeah, like that's part of the fun of film going. That's part of the fun within the experience, is kind of going down some of these rabbit holes. She's good. Lena Headey, we know who she is. 300, Game of Thrones. She's her mother, Carla Gugino, right? God, I hate these names. The super hottie, the Silk Spectre 1 from Watchmen. Angela Bassett's also. Michelle Yeoh is awesome. But this movie is a fantasy. It's a fantasy the way how it portrays female power over men. If you can get through that, you're in for a good experience, for a fun experience. If you can't, then, if things like the girl in Rogue One knocking out the stormtroopers, this is part Twitter and internet talk here. I feel like I'm having a pep talk. If that stuff bothers you, if it takes you too far out of the experience, I would say like you can still watch this movie because visually, it's fantastic. Same. That's a Carrie Gillian character. She wears this amazing varsity jacket that she gets from like a bowling alley through the movie. I freaking like, that's the stuff I love. I love some of the style. I love some of the positioning. This movie does have really hyper flow based, like flowed out action sequences. Michelle Yeoh, Angela Bassett, Carla Gugino, if I can pronounce that. They run like this library. The library works very much like the hotel in John Wick. But the books, like, look, it's weird, but it's also really fun. Like the books, if you get like All Quiet on the Western Front, it might have like a WW1 gun in it. Okay, so it's just like stuff like that. Pride and Prejudice might have money in it, like things like that. Okay, so they will give you like the books for the things you need for like your missions and things like that. And they're somewhat the protectors of the throne, the protectors of this like one institution. The movie goes, there's a through line of them taking out the actual institution that like funds everything, that does the assignments. Again, very John Wick. It doesn't matter because, like, again, if John Wick is something that magnifies to you and you want to see more of it and more flavors of it, that isn't Atomic Blonde, right? Or Atomic Bomb. I forget the name of that movie. But that was a movie that really set off this, like, women cannot punch out a man scenario, which is true. I just wish, like, again, like some of these action sequences found ways out or around when, when some of these henchmen grab the woman. Because, like, we all know, like, the reality of it all is that, if a male grabs any of these women, it's like, it's over. Like, you're being picked up and you're just being thrown. And that is it. But, suspension of disbelief or just, like, zoning out. Like, we allow more hits. We allow more throws. We allow more glass breaking. All of these things. But this movie has a hammer sequence with Angela Bassett, a la Oldboy. And also a la Oldboy, it has a slow motion painting sequence within the diner of Michelle Yeoh basically taking out a diner full of men in a single slow motion movement that is just awesome. It really is. It's great to just watch it. She loses her eye. Who cares? But it's fun. It's hyper. It's stylized. it's my flavor. Like, I would just put this movie on just to soak in the visuals. So everyone, we got the 31 Days of Dread coming. I wanted to do more of a drop before 31 Days of Dread. I'm not done with Netflix this year. 31 Days of Dread is going to be structured like this. We're going to do one horror movie a day for all of October. But I'm throwing in other movies. Okay, so some days might be 2 drops, might be 3 drops. You know, October is crazy. Subscribe, support, comment, retweet this, rebroadcast this, share this. It's the best way to help this podcast grow, because we are growing and we're doing so many things. Hey, everyone, I love you. Go out there, create something. Do it for me. Do it for your boy. And join the AKAPAD army. I love you. Goodbye.